Aging is a natural part of life, but sometimes, the way we live can make it feel like time is speeding up. You're not alone if you find yourself caught in habits that unintentionally speed up aging. It's easy to overlook how everyday choices can add up and affect your health and vitality. But here's the good news: recognizing these common missteps is the first step toward turning things around. Let me introduce you to Elena. She's a vibrant, warm-hearted woman in her early 70s who, like many of us, didn't realize how some small habits were quietly pushing her body and mind toward faster aging. Elena always thought she was doing okay. She ate what was convenient, skipped exercise when she felt tired, and didn't pay much attention to how stressed she was. Over time, though, she started noticing that her energy was draining faster, her skin lost some of its glow, and her memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be. She felt frustrated and worried, wondering if this was just normal aging or if something else was going on. As Elena began to learn more about aging healthily, she found out that many seniors fall into similar traps without realizing it. These habits might feel small or harmless at first, but they can add up, making the aging process feel faster and harder than it needs to be. The good news is that you're not alone in making these missteps, and there are ways to slow down aging and feel better every day. One of the biggest challenges Elena faced was understanding exactly what she was doing that might be speeding up the aging process. It turns out, there are 8 common missteps many seniors make, and don't worry, today we'll explore these together. Learning about them helped Elena change her lifestyle little by little, and she's now enjoying more energy, better mood, and a renewed sense of confidence. So, what are these common missteps? And why do they matter so much? Aging naturally brings changes to our bodies and minds, but certain behaviors can make those changes happen faster. For example, poor nutrition can cause your cells to age more quickly, while skipping physical activity can weaken muscles and bones. Stress, poor sleep, and social isolation also play big roles in how we feel as we get older. Elena's story is a great reminder that these aren't signs of just getting old, they're signals that how we live matters deeply. Elena's journey began when she noticed that she was often tired and didn't bounce back as quickly after simple activities. She liked to spend her days reading or watching TV, but she rarely got outdoors for a walk or did anything physically active. Her meals often came from processed foods or quick snacks, and she didn't drink as much water as she thought she should. At night, she sometimes struggled to get a good night's sleep, tossing and turning more than she used to. On top of all that, Elena found herself feeling lonely since some of her friends had moved away, and she wasn't sure how to meet new people or stay connected. One afternoon, after reading an article about healthy aging, Elena realized she wasn't alone in this. So many seniors face these challenges, but many don't know how to break the cycle. That's when she decided to take a closer look at her habits and work on making changes that would support her health instead of holding her back. You might see some of Elena's experiences in your own life. Maybe you felt a bit more tired lately, or noticed that your skin looks less vibrant. Maybe you've been skipping walks because it feels like too much effort, or you find yourself reaching for convenience foods more than fresh meals. If any of this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone, and there are simple steps you can take to change course. In the next sections, we'll dive into the 8 most common missteps that seniors make that can speed up aging. For each one, we'll explore why it matters, how it affects your body and mind, and practical tips you can start using today to slow down the process. Elena's story will continue throughout, showing how small changes can lead to big improvements. Before we jump in, it's important to remember that aging is different for everyone. What works well for Elena might need to be adjusted for your own needs and lifestyle, and that's perfectly okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. If you notice any of these habits in yourself, don't be afraid to change. Let's support each other in aging gracefully and healthily. So, are you ready to find out what these common missteps are? Here's a quick overview of what's coming up. 1. Poor dietary choices. 2. Physical inactivity. 3. Inadequate hydration. 4. Neglecting sleep quality. 5. Chronic stress. 6. Social isolation. 7. Ignoring regular health screenings. 8. Overuse of medications or supplements without guidance. Each of these plays a role in how your body ages, and understanding them better will help you make choices that support your health and happiness. Elena's first realization was about her diet. She often chose quick, processed foods because they were easy, but learned that these can speed up cell damage and inflammation. She began adding more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains to her meals, and noticed her energy improving after just a few weeks. This small step gave her hope that change was possible. Next, she looked at her activity levels. Elena wasn't exercising regularly, and that was making her muscles weaker and her bones less sturdy. She started with simple, gentle exercises like walking and stretching, which helped her feel stronger and more confident. This part of her journey reminded her that movement doesn't have to be hard to be effective. Elena also realized she wasn't drinking enough water. Dehydration was affecting her skin's elasticity and even her focus and mood. She set a goal to drink a glass of water with each meal and carry a water bottle when she went out. This helped her stay hydrated and feel more alert. Finally, sleep was a big issue for Elena. She found herself waking up several times at night and feeling tired during the day. She learned about sleep hygiene, like keeping a regular bedtime, avoiding screens before sleep, and creating a calm bedroom environment, which made a noticeable difference. Elena's story shows how common these missteps are and how addressing them can make aging feel more manageable and even enjoyable. If you've noticed any of these habits in your own life, don't worry, you're not alone, and you can take steps to change. Let's support each other in this journey. As we continue, you'll get practical tips and encouragement to help you make positive changes. If you have your own experiences or tricks for healthy aging, feel free to share them in the comments below. Together, we can create a community that grows stronger and healthier with each passing year. Now that we have a sense of the challenges many seniors face, in the next section, we'll explore the first 4 missteps in detail, starting with diet, exercise, hydration, and sleep. These foundational habits have a huge impact on how you feel each day and how your body ages over time. Remember, aging gracefully is not about perfection, but about making choices that support your well-being. Elena's story is a reminder that it's never too late to start, and each small change can lead to a brighter, healthier future. So let's take this journey together, one step at a time. Now that we've introduced Elena's story and outlined the common missteps, let's dive into the first 4 habits that can unintentionally speed up aging, and see how Elena made changes to improve her health and vitality. The first misstep is poor dietary choices. Elena used to rely on processed foods and sugary snacks because they were quick and easy. But here's the thing, these foods can accelerate cellular aging by causing inflammation and damage to your body's cells. Processed foods often contain added sugars, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that don't nourish your body the way fresh, whole foods do. Over time, this kind of diet can lead to weight gain, energy crashes, and even chronic diseases. So, what can you do about it? Elena started by adding more fruits and vegetables to her meals. These foods are packed with antioxidants and nutrients that help protect your cells and keep your body functioning well. She swapped out sugary drinks for water and herbal teas, and chose whole grains instead of refined carbohydrates. You don't have to make huge changes all at once, even small adjustments can add up. Maybe try adding a colorful salad to your lunch or having a piece of fruit as a snack instead of cookies. If you found yourself reaching for convenience foods, don't worry, you're not alone, and it's never too late to start making healthier choices. The second misstep is physical inactivity. Elena's days were mostly sedentary, which weakened her muscles and bones over time. When we don't move enough, our bodies lose strength and flexibility, making everyday tasks harder and increasing the risk of falls or fractures. But here's the good news, it's never too late to get moving, and the right kind of exercise can help you feel stronger, more balanced, and even boost your mood. Elena began with gentle activities like walking around her neighborhood and stretching exercises she found online. She didn't push herself too hard, instead, she focused on consistency and gradually increasing her activity. You might consider activities that you enjoy, whether it's dancing, gardening, or water aerobics. The key is to find something that feels good and fits your lifestyle. If you're unsure where to start, consider asking your doctor or a fitness professional for guidance tailored to your needs. Next up is inadequate hydration. Elena realized she wasn't drinking as much water as she thought. Dehydration can make your skin look dull and less elastic, and it also impacts how well your organs function, including your brain. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating. Older adults sometimes feel less thirsty, so it's easy to forget to drink enough fluids throughout the day. Elena made a simple plan to improve her hydration. She started having a glass of water with every meal and carried a water bottle when she went out. You might find it helpful to set reminders on your phone or place a water glass where you can see it often. Herbal teas and clear soups can also contribute to your fluid intake. Just try to avoid sugary drinks or too much caffeine, as these can have the opposite effect. The fourth misstep is neglecting sleep quality. Elena often struggled to get a restful night's sleep, waking up several times or tossing and turning. Poor sleep can speed up cognitive decline and affect mood, memory, and overall health. It's not uncommon for sleep patterns to change as we age, but there are ways to improve the quality of your rest. Elena started practicing good sleep hygiene. She kept a regular bedtime and tried to avoid screens, like TV or smartphones, at least an hour before sleeping. Creating a calm, dark, and quiet bedroom environment made a difference, too. If you have trouble falling or staying asleep, it might help to develop a relaxing routine before bed, like reading a book, listening to gentle music, or practicing deep breathing. Avoiding caffeine and heavy meals close to bedtime can also support better sleep. If you notice that these habits are familiar in your life, don't worry, you're not alone. Elena's experience shows that small, manageable changes can make a big difference in how you feel day to day. Improving your diet, staying active, drinking enough water, and getting quality sleep are foundational steps towards slowing down the aging process and boosting your overall well-being. As you think about these first 4 missteps, here are a few practical tips to keep in mind. Start by making one small change at a time. For example, add an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner or take a short walk after lunch. Little wins build momentum. Find activities and foods you enjoy. Healthy aging doesn't mean giving up the things you love. It means finding ways to include wellness in your life in a way that feels good to you. Listen to your body. If you're tired, rest. If you feel stiff, try gentle stretches. Being in tune with your needs helps you make smarter choices. Seek support when needed. Whether it's a friend to walk with, a nutritionist to help plan meals, or a doctor to check your sleep, asking for help can make the journey easier. Elena also found that tracking her progress helped keep her motivated. She kept a simple journal noting what she ate, how much water she drank, her daily activity, and how well she slept each night. Seeing improvements, even small ones, encouraged her to keep going. Remember, these changes aren't about perfection. It's about creating habits that support your health and happiness as you age. You're not alone in this, and together we can learn how to make choices that help us feel our best. If you've already made some of these changes or have tips of your own, share them in the comments below. Your experience might inspire someone else who's just starting out. In the next section, we'll explore the remaining 4 missteps that affect both mental and physical health, including stress, social connections, health screenings, and medication use. These areas are just as important and often overlooked, but with awareness and action, they can be managed successfully. For now, take a moment to reflect on your own habits around diet, movement, hydration, and sleep. Are there small steps you can take today that would support your health? Elena's story reminds us that change is possible at any age, and each positive choice is a step toward aging gracefully. Let's keep supporting each other on this journey. Together, we can create a community that thrives, no matter what our age. Picking up from where we left off with Elena's journey, let's explore 4 more common missteps that seniors often make, which can impact both mental and physical health. These habits might seem less obvious than diet or exercise but are just as important in how they influence aging. The 5th misstep is chronic stress. Elena didn't realize how much stress she was carrying around until she noticed it was affecting her mood and energy. Chronic stress triggers inflammation in the body, which speeds up aging and increases the risk of many health problems. When stress goes unmanaged, it can contribute to high blood pressure, heart disease, and even memory issues. So what can you do if stress is part of your life? Elena found that incorporating relaxation techniques into her daily routine made a big difference. She tried meditation, which helped her calm her mind and focus on the present moment. Spending time in nature, like sitting in her garden or going for gentle walks in the park, also reduced her stress levels. Other effective methods include deep breathing exercises, yoga, or simply setting aside time for hobbies and activities you enjoy. Remember, managing stress isn't about eliminating it completely, that's rarely possible, but about finding healthy ways to cope and bring balance back to your life. The sixth misstep is social isolation. Elena felt this keenly when some of her close friends moved away, and she wasn't sure how to meet new people. Social connections are powerful in maintaining mental sharpness and emotional well-being. When we become isolated, it can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression, which can accelerate cognitive decline and even physical health issues. To combat this, Elena made an effort to stay engaged with her community. She joined a local book club and started attending weekly senior center activities. These opportunities helped her meet new friends and stay mentally active. If you find yourself feeling isolated, try reaching out to neighbors, joining clubs or groups that interest you, or volunteering. Even small interactions, like chatting with a cashier or calling a family member regularly, can make a difference. You're not alone, and there are ways to build and maintain connections that support your happiness and health. Next, the seventh misstep is ignoring regular health screenings and doctor visits. Elena used to skip some checkups, thinking she felt fine and didn't need to see a doctor often. But preventive care is crucial as we age. Regular screenings can catch health issues early when they're easier to treat. This includes checking blood pressure, cholesterol, bone density, vision, hearing, and cancer screenings like mammograms or colonoscopies. Elena learned that staying on top of these appointments gave her peace of mind and helped her catch a few minor issues before they became serious. If you're hesitant about medical visits, try to think of them as part of your self-care routine, just like eating well or getting exercise. Don't hesitate to ask your healthcare provider questions or request advice tailored to your needs. Preventive care is one of the best tools we have to support healthy aging. The eighth and final misstep in this group is the overuse of medications or supplements without professional guidance. Elena once thought taking multiple supplements would boost her health, but she didn't realize that some could interact badly or cause side effects. Taking medications or supplements without consulting your doctor can sometimes do more harm than good. If you're using several medications or supplements, it's important to have a healthcare professional review them regularly. They can help ensure everything you're taking is safe and necessary. Don't be afraid to ask questions about side effects, interactions, or if there are better alternatives. Elena found that by working with her doctor, she could simplify her regimen and feel more confident about her health choices. As we reflect on these four missteps, chronic stress, social isolation, neglecting health screenings, and unmonitored medication use, it's clear that aging well is about more than just physical habits. Mental and emotional health play a big role too, and taking steps to nurture these areas can help slow down aging and improve quality of life. If any of these issues resonate with you, remember you're not alone. Elena's experience shows that with awareness and small changes, you can regain control and feel better. Maybe you'll try a new stress relief technique or reach out to an old friend. Perhaps you'll schedule that health screening you've been putting off or talk openly with your doctor about your medications. Here are some practical tips to keep in mind. Make stress management a daily priority. Even a few minutes of deep breathing or meditation can reduce inflammation and improve mood. Stay socially connected. Find groups or activities that interest you, or simply make a habit of regular phone calls or visits with loved ones. Keep up with recommended health screenings. Ask your doctor which ones are right for you, and mark them on your calendar. Review your medications and supplements with your healthcare provider regularly to ensure they're safe and effective. Elena also found emotional support helpful. She joined a support group where she could share her feelings and learn from others facing similar challenges. Sometimes just knowing you're not alone can lift a heavy burden. As we continue Elena's story, these insights remind us that healthy aging is a holistic process. Taking care of your mind and body together helps you maintain independence, joy, and vitality. If you have experience managing stress, staying connected, or navigating healthcare, please share your tips in the comments below. Your wisdom could encourage someone who's just starting on this path. In the next section, we'll explore sensory health and emotional well-being, two areas that often get overlooked but are essential for a vibrant, fulfilling life as we age. For now, take a moment to reflect on how you handle stress, social connections, healthcare, and medications. Are there small steps you can take to improve these areas? Elena's journey shows that it's never too late to make positive changes that support your well-being. Let's keep supporting each other as we learn and grow, embracing the changes that help us live our best lives at every age. As we continue exploring Elena's journey and the common missteps that can speed up aging, let's take a closer look at another important area, sensory health. This is often overlooked but plays a crucial role in how we experience life and maintain independence. Elena noticed that her hearing wasn't as sharp as it used to be, but she hesitated to get it checked or try hearing aids. She thought it was just something she had to accept and didn't want to feel old. But ignoring sensory changes like hearing loss or vision problems can have real consequences. These issues can increase the risk of accidents, create communication barriers, and even lead to social isolation because it becomes harder to engage with others. The good news is that addressing sensory health can make a huge difference. Elena finally decided to schedule a hearing test and was amazed at how much clearer sounds became with the right hearing aids. Similarly, regular vision checks can catch conditions like cataracts or glaucoma early, improving quality of life and preventing falls. Taking care of your sensory health helps you stay connected, safe, and confident in daily activities. Along with sensory health, Elena also faced emotional challenges as she worked to change her habits. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes she felt frustrated or overwhelmed by the effort it took to adopt new routines. These feelings are normal, and it's important to recognize them without judgment. Aging can bring complex emotions, especially when health changes feel discouraging. Elena found that talking about her feelings with trusted friends and family helped lighten the load. She also explored counseling and support groups, which provided a safe space to share experiences and find encouragement. If you're feeling this way, don't hesitate to reach out. Emotional support is a key part of healthy aging and can give you the strength to keep going when things get tough. One of the most valuable lessons Elena learned is the importance of adapting lifestyle habits based on her individual needs. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. Being flexible and practicing self-compassion are essential. Instead of aiming for perfection, Elena focused on progress and celebrated small victories along the way. This mindset helped her stay motivated and enjoy the process rather than feeling burdened by it. As we wrap up this part of Elena's story, it's clear that taking care of sensory health and emotional well-being is just as vital as managing diet, exercise, and stress. These areas all connect to create a foundation for graceful and healthy aging. If you've noticed changes in your hearing or vision, or if you're struggling with difficult emotions, remember you're not alone. Simple steps like scheduling a sensory checkup or talking to someone you trust can make a big difference. Let's support each other in embracing these changes with kindness and courage. Elena's journey is a reminder that aging is a dynamic process. By staying aware, seeking help when needed, and honoring your unique needs, you can slow the effects of aging and enjoy a vibrant, fulfilling life well into your golden years. If you have experiences or tips related to sensory health or emotional support, please share them in the comments below. Your insights could inspire and help others walking a similar path. Thank you for being part of this community where we learn and grow together, supporting each other every step of the way. If you loved the story, like the video and subscribe.